Isn't this exciting? I'm just gonna make a few videos. I hope that you'll enjoy them. I decided to make them because although I have a blog, I actually, I hate reading. I do English A level and I hate reading, and I do French literature and I hate reading. So which is actually really stupid of me, but I love the language behind it. If it was somebody else writing a blog, now that I do write a blog, I do read other blogs, you know, for inspiration or to encourage them, or just to encourage each other. But I know there are going to be people that will just skip past my links that I share of my blog, and that's fine. I think everybody's more inclined to watch a video, so I really hope that you guys will take something from this. I'm just going to start reading some of the blogs that I've already written, but just put them in video form or maybe add some things to them. So I really hope that you'll take something from it and just carry on listening. I'm just going to start off with an older one. My screen is here. I'm not going to read off it the whole time, but I will read a few sentences, so excuse me. But this is from December, just past. It's December 18th, and it's called "But You Don't Look Sick." So in this blog, or a vlog that I know is, I'm trying to make things personal. In the media there isn't enough honesty, so I just really feel like seeing somebody of your own age or near your own age really helps, you know. I realise that they're going through maybe a similar thing. So if you cringe at the truth, I would advise you that you stop watching the video. So this is pretty personal. From about second year, I fluctuated between being mentally okay and then, oh my goodness, everything is wrong. But if you knew the outer me, you just wouldn't know. I just do seem like a happy girl, and I have so much to be thankful for, so in many respects I am, and I always have been. But I love smiling and I love laughing to the point that it just annoys people. But I don't smile and laugh because I feel I have to in order to hide this underlying interior I have. I just do because that's who I am as a person, and it's my personality, and that's different to an attitude or how you're feeling. Yet I am a believer that all of us have some sort of darker side, and I know I'm not the only one. And just like a lot of you watching this, and my side isn't too pretty. Not even some of my family members know this. My sister's only one I've kind of vaguely told, and even then I'm not sure if she really wanted to believe me, because who would want to believe their sister? At 13 years old, I remember telling my sister in the kitchen that I tried to commit suicide the year previous. And I mean try, I tried to try. I'm not going to go into details, but by that I meant I really strongly contemplated it. I didn't really see the point in life anymore. I didn't see the worth in myself. And I was a Christian. I became a Christian when I was 5. But I'm sure my sister didn't want to talk about it because she couldn't see anything wrong with me then. You know, you wouldn't want to talk about it if you couldn't bring yourself to believe it. So I don't blame her, but you know, Rebecca's encouraged me in so many ways that, you know, she was big encouragement to me. She always is every single day. I couldn't ask for a better sister. But since then, I'm doing a lot better now, and I'm stronger. I'm a giggly person, and I'm easily pleased too. I'm not materialistic. I don't really chase after stuff I have to have this and I have to have that. But somehow I am easily offended. I'm easily hurt, and by people I'm so easily criticised. People criticise me here, there and everywhere. Even by those who haven't really taken the time to get to know me. But that's okay, because I suppose everyone goes through that at one stage. It's just a long time for me, but that's okay. It just frustrates me that I listen to people's opinions of me too much. I don't listen to them to the extent of they've convinced me that's what I am, because I do have a confidence knowing I know what I am and I know my intentions as a person. But you know, I'm only human, and I do remember the stuff that's been said about me in the past. Excuse me. I convince myself I don't listen to them too much, but I find myself saying the same thing about myself in my head as I've heard people say behind my back. But how is this right? It's not. It isn't. A lot of us will do the same thing, but I want to tell you guys that all of us are God's masterpiece. Not one of us were an accident, not one of us. So it's actually disrespectful to our Lord if we try and break this masterpiece that He has made. We just break ourselves in front of Him, and like, that's not something that He wants, because He loves us. Like, we can't criticise. Okay, here's us and here's God. We cannot possibly criticise the handiwork that He has made. It just doesn't go like that. We can't correct something that He has perfectly made, and all of us are fearfully and wonderfully made, and we're the way we are for a reason. But as I walk through the corridors of my school, I find so many pupils crying about school stress, home stress and friendship breakdowns, and honestly it really does hurt my heart, but it should, because once we're part of Christ, we're part of His body, and the body hurts. One part of the body should hurt if the other part is hurting. So we should hurt when we see our Christian friends hurt, and obviously it's only human for us to hurt when we see anybody hurt. I suppose I can say this easily because I don't understand stress. I worry about people intensely, but not about school or things or, you know, goings on or exams or anything. But I just want their hearts to be mended from this sickening anxiety that's placed upon their shoulders as they feel like they can't shift. You know, I want them to have the same joy as I do. And I was actually speaking to my friend about this, like my other Christian friend, Becca. Shout out to Becca Cameron. We were just saying on the bus on the way home from school that joy runs so much deeper than happiness, and we have this joy, and all Christians should have this joy inside them, that like, even if life is like down here and like we feel like we can't do it anymore, like Jesus is up here and we are here and He keeps pulling us up, and I can't be more thankful for my Saviour, because without Him I would be down there. So one night as I was crying myself to sleep, this actually happens quite often, but the night as I was crying myself to sleep, I had a thought. My first thought was to speak to God because I felt alone, but my second thought was, what do my non-Christian friends do when they feel this low? Because at the time I was so down in the dumps and I didn't really see a way for my life. I didn't see how things were going to get better. People were leaving me that I didn't think ever would leave me. Just things were happening. My house situation wasn't it was always a loving one, but things were going on that we're all struggling with. So I was just wondering about my non-Christian friends and how much I love them, and like, what do they do when they feel incredibly weak and alone and frustrated? I just always think now, they mustn't tell others that they feel unwell in their mind, because a common attitude is, but you don't look sick, you don't look unwell, like you're not throwing up. But I can't comprehend just how alone my friends must feel. If they feel they have no friends at that moment or anything, or I speak to God all the time throughout the day, and just to know that like they think it's just them in the world going through it alone. Oh, I'm gonna cry. Sorry. Okay, sorry, but I don't understand. I can't understand. I don't think I could ever understand what it feels to feel like that. Because I've known Jesus since I was 5, and He's always been my guide and fortress in my tough times, even when I feel like I can't do life anymore, and there have been times like that. My close friends and a lot of my acquaintances, if I'm honest, know that I talk about God a lot. You wouldn't have a blog if you didn't. But I just want to let them know why, and I want to let you know why I talk about God all the time. I tell you how much I love God and how much God loves you because I love you. I tell my friends because I love them, because God first loved me. I love them, and I love them, I love them. I love them when they are sad, and I love them when they are happy, and they are a treasure in my life that I'll always be grateful for. But who do my non-Christian friends to when they feel sick to the pit of their stomach with anxiety, frustration, an unsettled heart, stress? My knees tremble at the thought of them being alone, and it hurts that really they are alone. You are alone unless you choose Jesus. Your life is not yet lived until you choose God. And I cannot understand why you wouldn't choose God. And people will call me bigoted for saying that, but I can't imagine doing life on my own. I am weak. I think all of us are weak, and none of us can say that we aren't. We are weak. We may be strong in some situations, but we are weak. The race of humanity is weak. God gives so much peace to me when I forget a word like peace even exists. Now, this did go off on a tangent because I was talking about, but you don't look sick. But I really want people to know the peace that God gives. But I don't plan these. I don't write them in advance. I do just write them as things come to my head. But what I've been trying to say, that even if you're not a Christian, you don't know how badly somebody feels inside. So stop putting yourself above them, and don't just smile at people in the corridor when it suits you. Don't include the people that are not your kind of person, because I want to tell you something. We're all the same kind of person. We're all sinners. Now, to end this video, it has been longer than I expected, but those struggling with mental illness, I want to let you know that your illness is real, and I don't want anybody's opinions telling you that they're not real, because your illness is real. It's true. It's not attention seeking. It's not a choice. But what it is the devil trying to tell you that you're worthless, and the devil, any unbeliever, the devil has blinded your eyes. The devil is there, and he's trying to get us all down. I will tell you something. The devil will not trouble you when you're living in sin, but he will trouble you when you're trying to get out. So I just want to challenge you with something. I want to challenge you to turn to God. God will fight your battles for you. He has fought so many for me that I never thought I could get through, or I would handle completely differently. But the Holy Spirit that dwells inside every believer helped me through so many situations that I know if I didn't have God, I would have reacted in a much worse manner. If you want to be happy, and I mean joyful, I mean have this joy inside you even when life is crap, that if you want to be permanently happy, then choose Jesus, because he is the way, the truth and the life. I want to leave you guys with a verse, but specifically to the Christians who maybe have gone off their tracks a little bit. This verse is my favourite verse ever, since I found it from when I was about 14, because it's exactly how I felt. Joel 2:12 says, "It's never too late to return to me, God, with all of your heart." So guys, just keep striving for God. That's all I can say to you. I just want to say thank you so much for listening, and thank you so much for reading my blog. I still get reads every day, which even though I haven't posted in a wee while, but I can't believe it. And I would just, my nails are disgusting. But I just want to thank you guys for all the prayer. People have told me that they're praying for my blog, and just I'm praying for you guys too. I pray for that, number one, that people will read it, because it's not just some stuff I've made up. The stuff I write about is derived from the Bible, the best book in the world, the book that saves. Jesus saves. If you want to know any more about Christianity, if you want to go out for a coffee with me, or pardon me, if you want to, if you want to meet up sometime, I'm completely fine with meeting up. I will meet up with you. If you want to meet up for any reason to do with God or questions, I will happily meet up with you. Or if you want to ring me, you can message me from my number, or you can DM me on Instagram, you can message me on Facebook. Any way you can find to contact me, you do it and I will answer. This is not just for Christians, it's for non-Christians just as much. People who maybe want to know more or want to challenge me or think, Hannah, you talk absolute rubbish. That's okay. I'll also link my Ask FM for those people who want to ask questions anonymously, because I understand it's a challenge in itself to ask a question. Why did I talk so much? Anyway, thank you so much for listening, and God bless all of you. I really hope that you end up loving God too if you don't already, because He loves you. He loves you.